Hi, tea lovers. I'm Marlis from Adventures with Tea, and we finally got our iPad mount for our tripod, so Alan is going to step in here and join me. Today we wanted to talk, kind of tagging on to yesterday, where I talked about memories of my grandma, who was a foodie before foodies were cool. Well, Grandma was also instrumental in introducing me about tea, because, you know, I mean, most people, when I was growing up, it was like, you know, you make sun tea, sit it out on the back patio or something.
Backyard.
But, yeah, which isn't really the best idea.
It's not recommended much anymore, but if you do, don't mix the sugar and the lemon in it first and then set it out.
Yeah, because that's when you start to get all kinds of little bacteria.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good, but anyway, so other than sun tea, when I would go to Grandma's house, we had all kinds of interesting tea. In fact, I actually still have the tea tins that my grandma had. So we had these interesting flavors like Darjeeling, or Darjeeling, whichever way you like to say that. And then what I thought was really fascinating was this one called Imperial Gunpowder.
Gunpowder?
I'm like, wow, that sounds kind of scary. What is
Gunpowder.
it? Is it like Pop Rocks? Does it explode in your mouth? I mean...
Yeah. We'll have to tell them about that later.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're really curious what that is and you don't know, you can Google it. But anyway, so yeah, and then there was all kinds of interesting accessories that you used with tea. I don't know if these were actually my grandma's. My dad had these, but they were probably his mom's, is probably where they came from. So there's this very little. It was like, instead of a tea ball, this is a teapot that you put your tea in and put it in your teapot or your teacup. I don't know. But it was microscopic. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't recommend using them that small. We'll do that in another video.
Yeah, we'll be talking about good ways to brew, and that's probably not the best thing.
Right.
And then this little thing always had me just baffled. I mean... I get kind of how it works, but I don't know that I'm coordinated enough to use it. So yeah, so then you pour your tea through there and it would strain.
Again,
but it would have been plenty enough to drain this amount of tea.
Exactly. My remembrances, though, is we would open a jar, take a very long iced teaspoon, and spoon out some of that powdered tea, stir it into cold tap water. Oh, yeah. And then stir it really, really, really good. And then we put ice in. Well, yeah, because then we put ice in, and that was our iced tea. And everything is good until you take that first big sip, and you get that little pocket of powdered tea that's not stirred in.
Yeah.
Yet. And then it explodes in your mouth. Boy,
like
talk about a strong tea. Yeah, so I'm so glad that I didn't stop liking tea.
Yeah, exactly.
When I first started, or we wouldn't be doing this today.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and really, I guess it was when we were adults that we really discovered what good tea really is. Because, I mean, you know, we talked in an earlier video about the grocery store bags and tags, and I think that's probably what most of us grew up with.
We started with,
and even with the sun tea, that was what we do. Throw like what, like 20 bags in
and then we use the family size, five of those.
Yeah, so, you know, it's like, it doesn't really matter where you started with your experience with tea, that there's, you know, there's so many more great teas out there. And I think really honestly, there's more access to good teas than what there was when we were little, because, you know, the whole healthy living and, what do I want to say, culinary experience is a much bigger deal now, so I think that Americans as a whole are much more aware of all different kinds of teas.
Right.
But so anyway, so we want to ask you, what are your earliest memories of tea? You know, were you like Alan? Did you have the powdered stirred up in a? If so, kudos to you for still drinking tea even after that.
With it.
We got a lot better things out there for you now. Or were you like me, where you were fortunate to have somebody in your family that educated you at least a little bit. I mean, I don't know how much my grandma really knew, but
No.
but anyway, exposed me to some interesting and different kinds of tea. But anyway, so please share in the comments and tell us what your memories are, your childhood memories of tea, if you have them. Maybe you weren't exposed to tea until you were an adult, and maybe it was something
Right.
that a roommate in college or
Best friend.
a best friend or
Grandma.
somebody invited you over.
Sister,
And,
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so share your thoughts and your memories, and we can't wait to hear them. So anyway, I think that's it for today.
Okay, I'm gonna go turn the camera off.
All right. Bye.